Have you ever seen a town buried by sea and sand? Or walked on ground that's literally burning beneath your feet? What about a town frozen in time at exactly 11:55? Or ancient towers standing tall with no one around to admire them? And there's a place that feels like a paused movie set waiting for its actors to return. Intrigued? You should be. Have you ever seen houses standing roofless, gazing at the stars as if frozen mid-dinner, waiting for someone to return and finish their last meal? Welcome back to another amazing episodes of Snot Reel. Today, we're going to take a peek at 12 most hauntingly beautiful ghost towns from every corner of the globe. And stick around, because later we'll show you a place that looks like a massive battleship floating in the sea. Can you guess where this might be? Stay tuned to find out. So, get ready, hit subscribe, and let's jump right in. 12. Dhanushkodi, India. Ever seen a place where the sea and sand have buried an entire town? That's Dhanushkodi, India. A once bustling coastal town, where the Indian Ocean meets the Bay of Bengal, lies the hauntingly beautiful ghost town of Dhanushkodi. This slender strip of land, barely half a kilometer wide at its widest point, stretches about 20 kilometers, pointing like a finger from the mainland towards Sri Lanka. Back in 1964, Dhanushkodi was a bustling fishing town with around 1,600 souls living a simple coastal life. However, fate had other plans. In December of that year, a massive cyclone barreled through the area, wielding winds of over 280 kilometers per hour and tidal waves that swallowed everything in their path. The cyclone wiped the town off the map overnight, leaving it in ruins and claiming many lives. 11. Centralia, Pennsylvania, USA. Ever seen a place where the ground beneath your feet is literally burning? That's Centralia, Pennsylvania, a town where an underground coal fire has been raging since the 1960s. This once vibrant community is now more of a ghost town, with smoke still rising from the ground, like something out of a spooky campfire story. Centralia stretches over a small area in Columbia County, but it's the underground that's more famous than the surface. Centralia, once home to over 1,000 residents, changed dramatically in 1962 when a fire ignited an exposed coal vein beneath the town. The underground blaze has been burning ever since, turning streets into hot plates and filling basements with deadly gases. Roads cracked open, smoke billowed from crevices, creating a nightmarish landscape. By the 1980s, most residents accepted government buyouts and abandoned their homes as the fires continued to spread, leaving Centralia a desolate, smoldering ghost town. 10. Pripyat, Ukraine. Deep in the heart of Ukraine lies the ghost town of Pripyat, frozen in time under the shadow of the Chernobyl disaster. Situated near the city of Chernobyl and just a stone's throw from the ill-fated Chernobyl nuclear power plant, Pripyat was once a model town, built in the 1970s to house the plant's workers and their families. Spanning about 10 square kilometers, this town was exactly planned with apartment buildings, schools, a hospital, and even an amusement park. Pripyat, once home to 49,000 residents, was thriving until April 26, 1986, when reactor number 4 at Chernobyl exploded, releasing deadly radiation. The town was hurriedly evacuated the next day, leaving behind a ghost town where clocks stopped at 11:55, the moment life changed forever. Today, Pripyat remains frozen in time, with personal belongings scattered in abandoned schools and homes, and an eerie Ferris wheel still creaking in the wind. Walking through Pripyat, remnants like old newspapers or a child's toy serve as haunting reminders of the sudden evacuation and the chilling aftermath of the nuclear disaster. 9. Body, California, USA. Ever seen a place where time just stopped, like a movie set waiting for the actors to return? That's Body, California, a once thriving gold mining town. This town isn't just a ghost town. It's the gold standard of ghost towns, preserved in a state of arrested decay, where yesterday's echoes meet today's curiosity. Founded in 1859 after William S. Bodie discovered gold, Bodie grew from miners' tents into a bustling town of nearly 10,000 by the late 1870s. It boasted over 60 saloons, houses, churches, and a Chinatown, filled with Wild West tales of gunfights and barroom brawls. However, as the gold dwindled, so did Bauri. By World War II, the last mine closed and the population hit zero. Today, over 100 structures remain, including a general store, church, and saloon. Goods still sit on shelves, abandoned cars line the streets, and homes appear frozen in time. Legend says Bauri's ghosts still roam, and a curse brings misfortune to anyone who takes a piece of its history. 8. Oradour-sur-Glane, France. In the serene countryside of France lies the haunting village of Oradour-sur-Glane. This village is not just a dot on the map, but a frozen moment in time, located in the Haute-Vienne department in the Limousin region. Oradour-sur-Glane stands as a haunting memorial to World War II's darker days. In June 1944, the village was the site of a horrific destruction, where 642 residents were brutally killed by the Nazi SS. Following the destruction, it was decided the village would remain untouched, a silent reminder of war's brutality. Burnt cars still sit in the streets, personal belongings are scattered in homes, and the church, where many villagers met their fate, remains eerily silent. Toys lie abandoned mid-play, and everything feels frozen in time, creating a chilling atmosphere. Walking through the village is like stepping into a snapshot of history, where the echoes of the past still linger. Though no one lives here, Oradour-sur-Glane is far from forgotten, with visitors from around the world coming to pay their respects and witness the powerful legacy of this tragic event, preserved exactly as it fell. 7. Craco, Italy. Ever seen a place where ancient towers stand tall but no one is around to admire them? That's Craco, Italy, a medieval village perched on a hilltop. Nestled on a rugged hill in the Italian region of Basilicata, the medieval village of Craco is a sight to behold, or a ghostly frame from a horror film, depending on your taste. This eerie ghost town, once a bustling center, now stands abandoned, its silent streets and crumbling buildings watching over the surrounding valleys. Founded in the 8th century, Craco thrived for centuries, its population peaking at around 2,000 souls in the early 20th century. However, it wasn't just the people that were ancient. So was the village's dangerous settle on a cliffside horizontal to landslides. Over the years, Craco faced multiple geological challenges, including landslides and earthquakes, which eventually led to its abandonment in the 1980s. Visiting Craco is like walking onto a movie set where the actors have long since vanished. 6. Akarma Ghost Town, Abkhazia. Ever seen a place where nature silently swallows an entire town? That's Akarma in Abkhazia, a ghost town that was once full of life but now stands forgotten. Over time, trees and vines have crept into the abandoned homes, wrapping around doorways and windows as if claiming the town for themselves. This town tells no tales. Its silence is as deep as its mystery. Why was it abandoned? The ghosts aren't talking. Akarma, small but steeped in mystery, was abandoned due to geopolitical tensions and economic hardships. Once a vibrant community, it now stands frozen in time, with decaying buildings and empty windows staring at the encroaching wilderness. Doors creak, as if waiting to welcome residents who will never return. Visiting Akarma is more than seeing a ghost town. It's walking through a landscape of loss and abandonment. Step softly and you might hear the secrets hidden within its isolated walls. 5. Kayaköy, Turkey. Once a vibrant Greek village, now an echo of emptiness. The houses here stand roofless, open to the stars, as if waiting for their owners to return and finish their last meals. Visit during a full moon for an extra dose of ghostly vibes. Tucked on the slopes of the Taurus Mountains in southwestern Turkey, Kayaköy, once known as Levisi, tells a tale of cultural shifts and abandonment. Home to about 2,000 Greek residents, the village thrived until the Greco-Turkish War. Following the Treaty of Lausanne in 1923, a population exchange forced the Greek Orthodox residents to leave for Greece, while Muslim Turks from Greece were resettled in their place. However, the rugged land and empty homes offered little promise, leading the new settlers to leave as well. soon they too left, seeking better opportunities, turning Kayakoi into a ghost town. 4. Spinalonga, Greece. This island was the last leper colony in Europe. Abandoned in 1957, it's now a tourist spot where only the bravest spend the night. Spoiler, the only thing contagious here are the ghost stories. Off the coast of Crete, Greece, lies the small deserted island of Spinalonga, known for its haunting past. Once a Venetian and Ottoman fort, it became one of Europe's last leper colonies in 1903, housing around 400 residents with Hansen's disease who lived in isolation. The colony endured until a cure for leprosy was discovered, and by 1957, the island was abandoned. Today, Spinalonga stands as a ghost town, its empty stone buildings facing the Mediterranean Sea. It draws visitors from around the world, offering a glimpse into its mysterious history and the lives of those once confined to its shores. 3. Kolmanskop, Namibia. Imagine a town where homes are filled more with sand than secrets. Kolmanskop was once a diamond miner's dream until the gems ran out and the desert decided to move in. Now, it's the perfect spot for a sandy selfie, if you don't mind a few ghostly photobombers. Kolmanskop jumped to life in 1908 after diamonds were discovered in the desert, quickly becoming a luxurious town for its wealthy inhabitants. At its peak, about 1,300 people lived there, enjoying diamond mining spoils with facilities like a hospital, ballroom, and Africa's first tram. Though small, the town was filled with the luxuries of a wealthy community. However, after World War I, diamond prices fell, and richer deposits were found elsewhere, leading to Kolmanskop's decline. By the 1950s, it was completely abandoned, and the desert began reclaiming it. Today, sand-filled buildings make it a ghost town and photographer's paradise. 2. Chaitén, Chile. Deep in the heart of southern Chile lies the once bustling town of Chaitén, a place where nature's fury has broken the land. This town, nestled near the foot of the volcano that shares its name, stretches along the coast, offering picturesque views that once drew nature lovers and adventure seekers alike. Chaitén, once home to around 4,000 residents in Patagonia, thrived amidst dense forests and the Pacific Ocean. However, in May 2008, the Chaitén volcano erupted for the first time in 9,000 years, spewing ash and forcing the town's evacuation. The eruption buried Chaitén in ash, and flooding further devastated the area. Homes, schools, and streets were smothered under layers of mud and ash, turning the town into a ghost town overnight. Today, Chaitén remains eerily silent, its abandoned buildings standing as reminders of the catastrophe, creating an almost post-apocalyptic atmosphere for those who visit. 1. Hashima Island, Japan. Ever seen a place that looks like a massive battleship floating in the sea? That's Hashima Island, Japan, also known as Battleship Island, just off the coast of Nagasaki. But at its peak, it held the title of the most densely populated place on Earth. Located about 15 kilometers from Nagasaki, this island emerged from the ocean's depths like a fortress, its towering seawalls and multi-story concrete buildings clustering tightly together over a mere 6.3 hectares. Hashima Island, once a thriving coal mining community, reached its peak in 1959 with over 5,200 residents living closely packed in buildings above mines that stretched deep beneath the sea. The island buzzed with life and industry, but its fortunes crumbled as petroleum replaced coal in the 1970s. As mines across Japan shut down, Hashima's once bustling heart slowed. By 1974, it was completely abandoned. Jobs disappeared, and residents left as swiftly as they came. Today, the silent towers, once filled with the noise of miners, now stand alone, listening only to the waves and wind. Thanks for joining us on this chilling journey through the world's most abandoned cities. If you're ready for more strange stories and fascinating places, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for our next adventure.